Katie. Welcome back to my channel and a happy Booktubeathon day 3. And what you're probably thinking, Katie, you haven't done anything for Booktubeathon yet this year. What's going on? To which I reply, you are completely right. I have not done any Booktubeathon videos yet. I didn't do a TBR or the first 2 days or anything because for whatever reason, every single year Booktubeathon falls on a week where I'm like really busy. So I haven't had a chance to really do anything, but I have been reading and I'm determined to participate at least a little bit. So we're vlogging today. So far this week I have completed one book, which was Scrappy Little Nobody by Anna Kendrick, and I loved it. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. And currently the book I'm reading, which I'm hoping to finish today, is This Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. So I haven't been doing obviously any of like the reading challenges or the video challenges. I'm just gonna try and finish as many books as I possibly can this week. That's really my only goal, except I do know what the video challenge is for today, so I think I'm gonna do that. It's book dominoes. I'm a little less than halfway done with This Savage Song so far. I'm on page like 170, so I feel like if I really kick myself into gear, I can get this done today. And I'm really enjoying it, so I am perfectly happy with reading this all day. But as far as Scrappy Little Nobody goes, I loved this book. I would totally recommend it if you like Anna Kendrick or just like funny things. Personally, I'm a huge fan of hers and I listened to the audiobook because she narrates it herself, which I think is always like a really nice touch with audiobooks. And when it comes to these like celebrity, comedy, memoir, biography things, I feel like that's just the way to go, is to hear it narrated by the person who wrote it. But I flew through this. It was so entertaining. Would highly recommend. Because I'm competitive, I'm like, I really want to finish 7 books this week, but it's already day 3 and we've only finished 1, so we'll see if that happens. So I've been listening to the audiobook for This Savage Song while I'm like getting stuff done today, and I think I have about like 200 pages left, and I have found myself a reading buddy over here. Are you comfortable? He's so weird. You're so weird. So I've been walking on the treadmill while I was listening to this book, and I just wanted to pause for a second here just to say how much I love it. This book is so good. I haven't read a Victoria Schwab book in a while actually. I'm just so happy to be back into one of her books. I just love the way that she writes and the way that she tells stories. All of her books are just like low-key brilliant. I know there's at least a sequel to this book. I think it's just a duology, which is kind of a shame. I wish it were a series. It might be a series. That could be totally wrong. But I don't own the sequel to this book, but I'm like already thinking about how I'm gonna want to pick up the second book as soon as I finish this one. It's so good, you guys. It's so good. And the audiobook is really well done too. Just an overall great experience. So right now it's almost 1 p.m. and I really need to get my writing done for the day, so I think I might pop over to Starbucks and grab an iced coffee and sit there and do my writing, and I can listen to the audiobook as I drive there and back. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I managed to hit my word count, which was great, but oh my god, this afternoon has been a struggle. On my way here, I got stuck behind a car that was broke down, and I was like stuck in this lane and I couldn't get out of it for like 20 minutes. And then I was writing at Starbucks and Microsoft Word quit on me unexpectedly and made me lose several hundred of my words that I had to rewrite. So it was a struggle, but it's done and it's fine, and I'm gonna listen to my book and I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna get a lot of stuff done. I am now on page 265, so I have about 135 pages left, but I totally forgot that I hadn't unboxed this yet. It's just kind of been sitting here since it got delivered, so I figured I would do my PageHabit unboxing for you guys really fast. I have a coupon code for PageHabit. If you didn't know, I'll have a link down below. It gets you free shipping if you want to get a subscription. Okay, so prior to opening this box, I already kind of know what to expect because I've seen what other people have been saying who've been getting this box. I don't know what happened. I haven't talked to the people that I know at PageHabit about what's going on this month. People have been getting repeat items. People like haven't been getting their stuff. I've been getting PageHabit for like over a year now, and I've never had a problem up until this month, so I wouldn't let that discourage you from subscribing. I don't really know what's going on, but just looking in the box right now, I already see a lot of repeat items, so I don't really know. Like, the first thing I see are these socks, and I already know what they say because I have these socks on. One of them says read a bunch of times and the other one says books. Same with this bookmark. I already have this bookmark. It says, if you truly love a book, you should sleep with it, write in it, read aloud from it, and fill its pages with muffin crumbs. And then there's these like sticky notes that are bubbles. I also already have these. A magnifying glass for books, which is kind of like a bookmark. I also already have this. But then the rest of the stuff in here looks new. So this looks really cool. It's a pen and it's like in the shape of a feather. So it looks like old-fashioned cool, but it's just like a regular pen, which I think is really cool. And then we have a pencil that's like in a star shape that says onward if you dare on it. And then we have the handwritten note from the author of the book talking about it, so I'll read that after I see what the book is. And the book for this month is called Trail of Lightning. It's the first book in the Sixth World series by Rebecca Roanhorse. I've never heard of this book. I have absolutely no clue what it's about. But we got a chick with two giant swords in her hands and some kind of like lightning going on in the background, so it looks like it's gonna be pretty action-packed. It looks like it's gonna be a dystopian. After a climate apocalypse, since it's rising water, so I'm assuming it was like by flood. So I think this is actually, so it's like set on what used to be a Native American reservation, and our main character is a monster hunter, so apparently like monsters and gods of heroes of legend walk the land is what the synopsis says, and she's a supernaturally gifted killer. Yeah, so this sounds really cool. I haven't heard anything about this before, so if you have or if you've read it, let me know. It seems pretty short for this genre of book. Like, it's not even 300 pages. So that's really surprising. But yeah, the plus side of getting a bunch of repeat items is I can include them in like my next giveaway or something. Okay, so the video challenge for today is to make book dominoes. So basically you like stack up your books in domino form and then knock them all down. Like, I'm pretty self-explanatory. So I have a plan. I have an idea of what I want to do. It's a little ambitious. We'll see if it actually works. Knowing me, it probably will fail. But I'm just gonna listen to my audiobook as I line up the books, and we'll just have to cross our fingers and hope that it works. Probably should have done this on hardwood floor. The books like don't want to stand up on the carpet and then keep falling over. Okay, new game plan. I'm only using thicker, like longer books because they're standing up a little bit better. So here's what we've got so far. They've only fallen over about 8 million times, but we've got a good foundation going. Okay, I was gonna make it longer, but I think I'm gonna leave it here because I'm really paranoid every time I put a new book down that they're all gonna go crashing down. So here's what we've got. I was gonna have it do this like cool pattern all the way around my room, but here it goes. I'm gonna try and get like a nice overview shot of this without knocking them over. Ooh. Okay. I don't know how to get this all in one shot. They've all fallen over perfectly every time I don't want them to, and now this one time that I want them to, you know it's not gonna work. So here we go. I'm nervous. Do I start from this side or should I start from the other side? We're gonna start from the other side. Watch me like kick them over while I'm trying to get to this side. Oh my god. And here we go. Ah! It worked! I would call that one very successful book domino. You're welcome. Oh my god, now I have to put all these books away and remember where the hell they went on my shelf. This was not thought out.
Look at this little nugget. Hi.
I'm almost to the end of this book. I have like 30 pages left and this ending is, oh my god. You guys, I finished this Savage Song by Victoria Schwab and it was so good. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. This is one of my new favorites. It was fantastic. And I'm so upset that I don't own the sequel, but I saw that on Scribd the audiobook for the sequel is going to be available on August 8th and today is August 1st. So if I just wait a week, I can listen to the audiobook and I won't have to pay any extra money because it's already included with my membership. So I'm definitely going to pick that up as soon as it's available. This book was just so good. I loved August and I loved Kate. They were both such fantastic characters. I don't know, it's uncommon for me to like two main characters equally. There's always one that like kind of annoys me, but I actually really liked both of them, which was definitely a good thing. The ending was awesome. Maybe I just like wasn't paying like super close attention, but I was not expecting the ending at all. And I am so glad I finally picked this up. I've been putting this off since it came email, and I'm so glad I finally got around to it. It was so good. If you guys haven't read this yet, I would totally recommend it. It was fantastic. So that is the second book that I have finished now for Booktubeathon, and I need to figure out what I'm going to read for book 3. If I can finish one more book today, then I'll be all caught up for like 1 book a day. Then I'll be like on track to finish 7 books. So what I was thinking I was going to read is Helium by Rudy Francisco. This is a poetry book, and for some reason it's like wrapped in plastic, so I'm going to take that out. A bunch of you guys are actually the ones who recommended this to me in the comments of like one of my videos, so I'm really excited to pick it up. And I feel like picking up poetry after, you know, the dark, the Savage Song fantasy kind of book is like a nice switch in genre. I'm also like super sick of listening to audiobooks, so I just kind of want to read something physically right now. And I always blow through poetry books so quickly, so I could definitely, if not finish it tonight, finish it by tomorrow, and then I will be on track for the 3 books. So I've been reading Helium. Sorry, this angle is really weird. I just like don't want to have to hold the camera while I talk. So maybe if I just like sit like this, you can see me. So I've been reading Helium and I'm already loving it so much. Poetry is one of those things where I feel like you can tell right off the bat whether or not this collection is going to be a hit or a miss with you. Because one of the biggest components in enjoying poetry is like whether or not you mesh well with the poet's writing style. And I can already tell from like the first handful of poems that I love the way this poet writes. It's too early to say whether or not I'm gonna like the book because there's still a lot to go, but it's looking promising and I can definitely finish this tonight. I've decided I'm gonna finish it tonight, but I'm also like conflicted about that because I'm really enjoying this, so I don't want to like rush through it. I want to enjoy it, so maybe I'll finish it tonight and then I'm just gonna have to reread it again to enjoy it more because I just like can't stop reading it. I can't put it down. I'm enjoying it so much. So I've been reading Helium. I only have about 20 pages left of this, but I'm going to take a break. I've also been reading The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo. I know I'm not saying that last name right. Acevedo. I feel like it's like Spanish or something and I'm just definitely butchering it. I'm so sorry. I don't know why I didn't realize that this book was written in verse. I knew it was about poetry and this girl getting into slam poetry, but it's legitimately written in poetry. I don't know why I didn't think that, but I'm really enjoying it so far. So yeah, I definitely want to keep reading these 2 books tonight, but I have been reading for so long, my head is starting to hurt, so I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna eat my dinner and I'm going to watch The Bachelorette. So I just finished my workout for the day and I also finished another book, which I'm really excited about. That means I have finished 3 and it's day 3, so I'm right on track. I finished Helium and I'm giving this a 5 out of 5 stars, you guys. This was fantastic. I didn't love all of the poems in here, but I loved the majority of them, and the ones that like blew me away alone made me want to give it a 5 stars. Even if the rest of them were just trash, there were some that just like stood out so much that I couldn't not give it a 5 out of 5 stars. But the rest of them weren't trash. Like the rest of them were still good too. So if you like poetry, I would totally recommend this. I'm so glad you guys recommended it to me. Thank you so much. This was so good. And I'm also still reading The Poet X. I'm only about 50 pages into this, but since it's written in verse, I think I can finish this tomorrow, and then that'll be the 4th book that I finish. This book came in one of my PageHabit boxes, so it has the annotations from the author on these sticky notes as you go, which I think is really cool. I'm also listening to the audiobook of this on Scribd, and I was trying to like switch back and forth to see which way I liked reading it more. And honestly, I'm kind of enjoying listening to the audiobook more, just to hear the way the author wanted the poetry to be read, you know? It's also clear that the voice is supposed to be like a really important part of this book, and that just comes out so much clearer on the audiobook. So I'm just like, overall, I'm just enjoying the audiobook experience more. So if you want to read this book, I would recommend the audiobook. So yeah, that concludes my day 3 for Booktubeathon. I might read a little bit more of this while I just kind of hang out before I go to bed, but that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna end my vlog here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope Booktubeathon is going well for you guys if you are participating, and I will just see you in my next video very soon. Bye.
I had a dream, we were sipping whiskey neat, highest floor of the Bowery, and I was high enough.